In the dust and silence of an Iranian plain lies the ancient city of Shushan, once alive with the whisper of silk robes and the echo of royal decrees. Today it is known as Susa, and though its glory has long since faded, its stones still breathe stories. This was the city of Queen Esther, where a Jewish girl became queen and risked her life to save her people. Here, Nehemiah once served as cupbearer to the king before returning to rebuild Jerusalem's walls. Daniel, centuries earlier, saw visions of rams and goats in this very place. The ruins of Susa's grand palace, excavated and weather-worn, still whisper secrets of the past. Fragments of glazed brick and carved inscriptions now rest in glass cases in the Louvre, silent yet powerful witnesses to biblical history. Far to the west, in modern-day Greece, the wind whistles through the ruins of Philippi. Amid broken columns and moss-covered stones lies a prison cell carved into the bedrock, a place tradition holds as the jail where Paul and Silas sang hymns at midnight. Imprisoned for casting out a spirit from a slave girl, they were beaten and bound, yet they sang. And in that midnight song, the earth shook, chains fell, a jailer believed. Tourists walk these stones now, reverent and curious, their footsteps echoing with the memory of that divine jailbreak. In a quiet Palestinian town near Bethany, pilgrims descend into a cave known as the Tomb of Lazarus. The air is thick, cool, sacred. Here, it is said, Jesus stood and cried, "Lazarus, come forth." And from death, life stirred. The site is a mixture of Christian reverence and Islamic stewardship today, protected and venerated. It is a place of miracles, of grief reversed and hope resurrected. To the southwest, in Israel, the dusty mound of Tel Es-Safi rises against the horizon. Once known as Gath, it was the hometown of Goliath, the Philistine warrior felled by a shepherd boy's sling. Archaeologists sift its soil for signs of giants, and every stone unearthed draws new lines between myth and history. The city was one of 5 great Philistine capitals, a bastion of power now remembered for its fall. Samson, after being betrayed by Delilah and blinded by the Philistines, is taken to Gaza, where he is displayed as a trophy of their victory over him. In a moment of desperation, he prays to God for strength and is granted the power to push down the central pillars of the Temple of Dagon. This act leads to the collapse of the structure, resulting in the deaths of Samson and the gathered Philistines, thus avenging his earlier humiliation and showcasing the ultimate triumph of divine strength over human arrogance. Further north, the winds of the Jezreel Valley sweep across Megiddo, a fortified city whose name echoes in the apocalyptic term, Armageddon. This site has seen over 20 layers of civilization rise and fall, from Canaanite kings to Israelite warriors. From its vantage point, battles past and prophetic still echo in the hills. According to Revelation, it is here the world will face its final reckoning, a war not only of flesh, but of spirit. And far to the east, the great Euphrates River snakes through the lands of Iraq and Syria, ancient lifeblood of empires. In the book of Revelation, it is more than a river, it is a threshold. Its waters, once mighty, are receding today, startlingly echoing John's prophecy, "The water thereof was dried up." It is along this river that 4 angels, bound for an appointed time, await their release to bring judgment. These apocalyptic verses feel uncannily present as the river dwindles in the modern age, an ancient prophecy casting a long shadow over current crises. Across modern borders and ancient ruins, these biblical places still stand, not as myths, but as monuments. They are reminders that history and faith are not separate trails, but a single path carved by time and touched by the divine.